What happens when the best rapper alive decides to drop a dance album? Drake recently released Prize album, and this is not the typical traditional rap and harmonizing that he usually does, which had some people in a frenzy, but at the end of the day, people started to get into it later down the line.
You know, the first reaction is just people just want to say the funniest shit. So it's always like the album will drop at 12:01, trash bins, you know, whatever. For any artist, you know, it's like, you know, I think people are more excited about, you know, being top comment than being, you know, actually really taking in an album and listening.
But the thing that we did not realize is Drake has been quit rap. We simply read too late. Drake went in another direction as this new lane, that another new trend of basically what, dance music, and not the traditional rap that we're used to. But some people like us did not realize that back in 2015 he's been quit rap, and we simply read too late. Like content like this and want more like this, please like and subscribe for more. Why Drake quit rap? Well, we need to go back in 2011 when Drake was starting to get his notoriety from his ambitious album Take Care, basically shifting the way music was listened to in the lane where you could sing and rap in a song and it was okay, and it was very different from what was going on at that time. As Drake was pursuing the rap career, he wanted to cement himself like his previous mentor, Lil Wayne, who basically co-signed him as he's next up, and Drake was ready to prove that. And with this first outing of Take Care, it looked like he was well on his way. Drake was already living up to Wayne's co-sign, so lining up to be, if not the best rapper alive, putting him in a position to co-sign other future legends. And a prime example of that is Kendrick Lamar. But to be the best rapper alive, you would have to be an amazing lyricist with great rap pedigree that outmatches the competition. And I think we could all agree that Drake has lived up to all of those check marks, as he's on top musically and arguably a top rapper as well. And Drake sort of knew that, hey, I wanted the crown, and he wanted to claim that crown for himself. But everyone collectively agreed that it was King Kendrick, K. Duckworth, whatever you want to call him. Kendrick was hailed to wear the crown of best rapper and the best rapper to lead this new generation. Since his debut in Good Kid, Mad City and the buzz surrounding his previous album, Section 80, many people automatically chose Kendrick as the one to claim the throne and be hailed as the best rapper. Though, one thing to note, that Drake did put Kendrick on in a sense, putting him on his Club Paradise tour when they were just starting out, and on his song that he put him in Take Care, Buried Alive, when Kendrick has a whole verse, basically a whole song by himself on Drake's album, basically talking about the industry and Drake telling him, yo, you're gonna be one of the dudes, just be patient and time will tell. And in that verse, Kendrick also addresses a sort of resentment, awe of how Drake and Kendrick are around the same age, but Drake has so much more knowledge and information about the industry and what goes around in it that it makes Kendrick a little frustrated about where he's at. Come to find out, we already know where Kendrick is at. Many people, including myself, are hailing Kendrick Lamar as the king of rap, the best rapper alive, a new guy. Drake was sitting there like, yo, I'm that guy that y'all looking for. But that message seemed to fly by everyone's head. After Good Kid, Mad City, there was a controversial verse that I bet if anyone who's even interested in rap obviously heard this verse.
White tees and Nike Cortez, this red Corvette synonymous. I'm usually homeboys with the same niggas I'm rhyming with, but this is hip hop and them niggas should know what time it is. And that goes for Jamaica, Big Crit, Wale, Pusha T, Meek Mills, A$AP Rocky, Drake.
So in a few years, two of the biggest stars are gonna be beefing throughout this whole entire time, and we didn't even know it yet. In this Control verse, Kendrick Lamar hopped on Big Sean Control, which was leaked by Big Sean. Kendrick basically called out the competition and his peers of rappers in this infamous verse. And the Drake response basically shows you how the relationship affected afterwards. And ever since then, them subliminals have been everywhere.
But here's what's funny about you and Kendrick Lamar. It's like people forget you had him on Take Care. You had him on Buried Alive. You talked about a meeting that you guys had where you kind of was schooling him on the game. And there's a great line about how he realized he's the same age as you, and it made him rude and impatient. So it's almost like it's very foreshadowing. You know, he ended up making a great record, Good Kid, Mad City. Just the connection.
And that verse was, he's giving people like moments, you know, like that verse was a moment to talk about. Are you listening to it now at this point in time? Okay. And then, but it was real cool for like, you know, a couple weeks. But like, if I ask you, for example, like, how does that verse start?
Under our noses without us even realizing it some of the times. So in 2013, after this controversy, Drake dropped what he himself considered a classic, which was Nothing Was the Same. And I'm not gonna lie, that album is a classic. The greatest songs of Started From the Bottom, a classic hit, Worst Behavior, Hold On, We're Going Home. Now, when you look back at this album, the title of the album is actually very interesting. How it has many different interpretations between how Drake felt at that time and how he feels now. Like, nothing was the same between him and everyone else around him since he got big, and nothing was the same between him and industry people like Kendrick Lamar, people that he was cool with back in the day, and A$AP Rocky. Nothing was the same. When you interpret this title itself, it's very genius how he put it together and how it still holds on very well with a timeless piece of art like this. And he had a little response on Kendrick Lamar on the language, as he thought he cemented himself as one of the top rappers, or if not the best rapper in the music industry. Then we go to 2015 when the ghostwriting situation happened. That definitely put a thorn on his side and his legacy for sure. The whole ghostwriting situation was insane, with Quentin Miller, Meek Mill claiming that Drake had a ghostwriter, and you could see it on the verse and Rico. There was reference tracks, everything from when Drake dropped If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. This surprise album was one of his best rap albums, as he was leaning more into rap, talking his shit, and basically saying F everybody. This whole ghostwriting situation had him on the ropes after he dropped If You're Reading This Too Late, which was hailed by many as a great project. The whole world was basically looking at Drake crazy. And to even further this little thing, Kendrick also dropped one of the best albums of the decade, and To Pimp a Butterfly, and also throwing jabs at Drake about having ghostwriter as well. And it was obvious there was some clear tension between both artists, and this did not look good for Drake at all. And it also wasn't helping out that The Weeknd, as well as other artists, were basically saying they gave Drake most of their songs on Take Care and other projects as well.
To what I did on that album, you know, I mean, I worked with somebody on, I think, 4 or 5 songs on that record. I pulled my weight when it came to my pen. It wasn't like I just, you know, it wasn't like I needed somebody to facilitate, you know, entire ideas. We work together. And if I need to be the poster child that took all those hits for all my peers hiding behind me that do the same thing every fucking album, that's fine, I'll do it. You know, because there's a lot of people that link up with other people and make records that you guys love, you know? And that's kind of how music is a collaborative thing, you know, and I understand
during this time. And with Drake slightly creeping into the pop realm with Music Like, and with Views on the Way and One Dance successfully charting, he also dropped a smash hit, Hotline Bling, which was very, very, very well played throughout the year in 2015. So in the next year, the critically acclaimed Views was expected to come out, and after this album, Drake was no longer in the rap realm, leaning on other artists' culture, which people claiming that he's a culture vulture as well. And with the success of Views, it seemed like no one really cared anyways. So Drake, after Views, you saw a shift in his music, discography for sure. After the success of Views, we really saw a change in how his albums rolled out, with More Life being considered a playlist and Scorpion being a great double disc album. But the most recent projects like Certified Lover Boy and the other non-albums that he dropped didn't really live up to fans' expectations and lots of critics. And never mind the fact that Drake did sign a new deal with his signing basically $500 million deal. So it looks like Drake's gonna do whatever the hell he wants to do in music. And essentially, we read way too late into what Drake had done in the rap game and the industry. He felt like he cemented himself in the rap game, claiming he's one of the best, and he still proves it to this day with great bars that comes out every time he's in a feature. So I guess it's safe to say Drake did quit rap. Maybe we'll see that old Drake again, maybe not, who knows. But right now we got a dance album and we're gonna like it, I guess. And if you like content like this and want more like this, please like and subscribe for more.